The book of Revelation, chapter 12, and verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High, and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. I'm going to start right there. I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bashmi Yahweh Shai. And Lord, willing this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. Shalom to 144,000. It's the brother Amawan Padaf from the GMS Denver camp, and it's going to be a lesson in regards to the end time prophecy of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, coming down having great wrath upon you Israelites. Okay, when I say you Israelites, I'm talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, you Israelite foreigners. But mainly here in the in the United States is what I'm focusing on, man. All right, because this whole situation of Esau coming down having great wrath, all right, as it tells you in Revelation 12 verse 12, okay, it's really a response to you Israelites waking up to who you are, man, as the chosen people of Yahweh Bashmi Yahweh Shai, and the prophets being awoken and spreading this gospel. So through the word going out, it shined a light on this devil, and now everybody is starting to see who he really is, man, that he is nothing more than the devil, man. He means nobody any good, all right? He brings forth death everywhere he goes and misery. And in order to try to save face and to keep the control, he's going to try to get rid of the Israelites, mainly the prophets, speaking his word, man. And that's why it says right here, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, the dragon being Esau, Edom, and this, NATO and the EU, currently, all right, his rulership, man. You see? And the woman being the nation of Israel, because the scriptures tell you that the Lord looks at the nation of Israel as a comely and delicate woman. We're married unto Yahweh Bashmi Yahweh Shai. And so this damn devil, this dragon, is going to try to make war with the remnant, all right, those who are here today of the nation of Israel, especially those who are prophesying, the word of Yahweh Bashmi Yahweh Shai. So, a lot of things are being done behind closed doors. Esau's making moves. Don't think for a second that he's not. And this is going to be a time of the trial of our faith, man, a refining period. You see? And that brings me to my next precept. All right, here we have the book of Zechariah, chapter 13. I'm going to start at verse 8 and read down. It says, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Yahweh Shai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein." This is referring to the 1/3 and the 2/3 that we mention all the time in our videos. This is where we get it from, all right? Because 1/3 of the nation of Israel here in America, all right, Babylon the Great, is gonna make it through this fiery trial that we're getting ready to go through, man. All right. The 2/3 of our people who are not gonna repent, who are pretty much slotted for judgment, they're gonna die here in America, Babylon the Great, for their refusal to turn to Yahweh Bashmi Yahweh Shai. And pretty much, we're getting ready to see this happen, man. But it's not gonna happen to destroy us. Lord willing, we be of the elect. All right, the 1/3 of the elect is gonna make it through the fiery trial, man. Okay, that's what it's meant for. It's meant to purify us, to bring out those, unwanted qualities, to purge them away, to purge away that weakness that's within us, man, being in his flesh. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's he's finna do a great work here in America, Babylon the Great, and it's gonna be like nothing this earth has ever seen. Okay, and we gotta be real. It's not to breed fear, it's to give you hope. All right, and this is why we strive so hard to be of that elect remnant, man, because it goes on to say here in the next verse, "And I will bring the third part through the fire," you see, "and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried." Because that's how you refine silver and gold, man, precious metals. In order to burn out the impurities, you have to put fire to them. And that's what this trial is going to be like for us, man, like a fire purifying us, man, burning away those unwanted qualities. But when we come out on the other side, when we make it through the fiery trial, we're going to be They refine gold, man. All right. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Al-Shai, is my power. And that's how the Lord wrote the story, man. All right. And we're getting ready to play this part of the movie out, man. We've been telling you about Jacob's trouble and the civil unrest that's coming to this place, man. How it's going to be on another level. All right. Civil war. It's going to be crazy, man. But like I said, or as the scriptures say, it's nothing more than the Lord refining us and trying us, man, if we be of the elect. Because this time is going to kill off the 2/3, man. You see? Those who haven't been seeking Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We got right here the book of Isaiah, chapter 48 and verse 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. All right? And here in America, Babylon the Great, man, we in the belly of the beast, man. The scriptures call this the valley of the shadow of death. I believe Psalms 23, it says that. That's where we at, man. We got to, really realize this, man. America, Babylon the Great is a very wicked, satanic place. And it's becoming more evil as the days progress. Esau's gearing up to demonize us, means gearing up to persecute us. These are the same devils that did all kind of crazy shit to our ancestors back in the days, man. All right? You see what he did to the Native Americans, all right? What he did to the Southern Kingdom, all right, the so-called Negroes during the transatlantic slave trade. Horrific and gruesome things, man. Because he still has that hatred to this day. And he's been on a leash. All right, the Lord has had him on a leash. But guess what? The Lord's getting ready to let this damn devil off the leash, man. He's getting ready to show his horns for real. And we're preparing you Israelites for it, man, because your only protection is through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's the only way you're going to make it through the fire, man. Okay, the chosen are going to make it through that furnace of affliction. And this also reminds me of the account of, the 3 Hebrew boys, what they say in the Babylonian, their Babylonian names was what? Rashad, Meshach, and Abednego. But we know in their Hebrew names were, if I can remember correctly, Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael. Okay? And they were thrown into a fiery furnace by the hands of Nebuchadnezzar, man, because they refused to bow down to the image that he put up, man. The image that he set up, that big gold statue. Well, guess what? We're going to be in the same type of situation. Esau's getting ready to bring his new world order, all right, where, you can't voice the truth openly. It's going to be to the point where if you speak the truth, you're going to be, harshly and severely penalized, even put to death. All right? And the image that he's bringing this time is the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. But guess what? The 3 Hebrew boys, man, they were thrown into that fiery furnace, but we know the story that Yahweh Shai was in the midst of the furnace with them and preserved them. Let's get that account really quick. All right, so here we have that account right here in Daniel chapter 3. I'm not going to read the entire chapter. I'm going to just, pick out the main parts, okay? But you should read the entire chapter. All right? Because this goes into a time that we're coming into, man. It's symbolic, all right? But it's actually happened, though. So anyway, so there's a decree made back then by Nebuchadnezzar, and he said, then an herald cried aloud, all right, verse 4, then an herald cried aloud, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, those are instruments, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up. Now, in our law, we're not to serve false idols, man. We only serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We're not to bow down to any heathen gods or anything like that, man. But he made that a decree in his kingdom that all nations and tongues should bow down to that image and worship it. Okay? Esau gonna do the same thing in a roundabout way by that RFID microchip. Now, verse 6, it says, and whoso falleth not down and worshipeth shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Okay? So, death penalty if you don't want to bow down, right? Therefore, at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, All the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshiped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar, the king, had set up. It's going to happen again this time, man. All these nations are going to bow down to Esau's RFID microchip and his digital, slavery system he's already setting up. You got nations that are already on board with this, man, setting up their CBDCs, their digital currencies. All right, this is Esau orchestrating all this shit, and they're already bowing down, man. These heathens are finna bow all the way down. Look at these damn gooks, man. These damn Moabites, so-called Chinese. All right, the Ammonites, the so-called Japanese. All right, they already got that shit over there in China, the social credit score, man. They finna do that shit over here, man. They already bound down to the image of the beast, man. Okay, complete and total control. That's what Esau wants, just like Nebuchadnezzar. What does it say right here, verse 8? Wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree, or a law, that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and the dulcimer, and all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worship it, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, and I said Rashak, his name is Shadrach. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, these men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods or idols, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So you had snitches back then. You're gonna have the same thing going on in this day, man. You're gonna have people talking about, reporting to the government. You're gonna have a snitch hotline. Report anybody that you see that does not meet this criteria. Please report them to this number, and whatever. They did that at the time of the C-19 when that was out. Report anybody who has not received their jab. You know what I'm saying? Because they're a threat to society. They're gonna do the same thing. Those who didn't receive the RFID microchip, those who are speaking out against the government, all right, report them to this number or this website. You know what I'm saying? We'll take all the information that you got, and they're gonna come and visit people, man, and maybe even put them to death. You see, same thing going on, man. There's nothing new under the sun. So it says, then Nebuchadnezzar in his rage and fury commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. So they were brought up on charges, man, for not bowing down to that fucking idol. But anyway, I'm gonna jump down. So okay, the point is they were thrown into a fiery furnace. Okay, so this is what they said to the king. If it be so, our God, who we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. Okay? But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy idols, or it says thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So there you go, man. They told him straight up, hey, look, man, we ain't about to bow down. We ain't about to sugarcoat this, man. We are not about to bow down to your image. If it be the Lord's will, Yahweh Shemi Shai will deliver us out of your hands. And so the king was pissed off at that, man. Just like Esau's pissed off at us going against his narrative, man. And he's enraged and he wants to kill us. All right? And throw us into the fiery furnace, right? Verse 19. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was wont to be heated. So he said, you know what? Turn that motherfucker up 7 times hotter than we usually turn it up. That's how mad he was at them, man, for not bowing the knee. How much more Esau, the wicked, when we say we're not finna bow down and take that RFID microchip. You're gonna be trying to behead brothers and everything, man. That's in the scriptures. Okay. And they got guillotines already ready. All right, those FEMA guillotines, man. And it says right here, and he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. So anyway, it says, how they tied them up, and the men that were supposed to throw them in the furnace, they got burned up. But let's see what happens to the the faithful 3 Hebrew men, man. All right. So they were thrown into the furnace, says, and these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. So they were tossed into that fiery furnace, man, just like we about to be tossed into the fiery furnace of affliction. All right. And it says, verse 24, then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see 4 men loose walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of the Most High. So that was Yahweh Shai, man. The name Yahweh Shai, it means he who delivers. You see, that's what Yahweh Shai does, man. He gonna do the same thing to the elect in these last days, man. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire. They walked out of the fire, man. That is supernatural power right there, man. That's the Lord intervening on their behalf because they were faithful unto him. All right. And his enemy was shocked and taken aback by that event, man. Okay. And the princes, governors, and captains, and the king's counselors being gathered together saw these men, upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was an hair of their heads singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of smoke had passed on them. Okay? Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, blessed be the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who have sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word and yielded their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any god except their own God. So do you see that, man? The Lord is able to save us, man, out of the midst of the fiery furnace. All right. The fiery furnace is the time we're coming into, man. Jacob's trouble, where this devil passes all these crazy ass laws and even, to the point where he's going to start sentencing people to death. All right, those who won't bow down. But guess what, man? Just like in the time of Nebuchadnezzar, the Lord can save his elect out of any situation. But guess what? There was a test of their faith at that time. See, the Lord put those 3 Hebrew men through that test to see if they're going to bow down, and they remained faithful. And a miracle was worked on their behalf, man. So, that's pretty much the point of this lesson, man. Okay? The Lord is able to save out of any situation. And we're finna have our faith tested, man. We got to just be real with ourselves, man. Because you can go to Starbucks and get a caramel macchiato, inside joke, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that the times of trial are not coming. They're going to be here before you know it, man. We're going to be thrust into that fiery furnace as true believers of Yahweh Shai Shai. We got to remain faithful and steadfast and wait for the salvation of Yahweh Shai. I got one more. We're going to close it out. We're going to close with this right here. The book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 12. It says, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. Because we're coming into very weird times, man. Esau finna get weird. He's finna get weird as hell with these laws, man. All right? It's going to be crazy. And the mass majority of people are going to, a lot of them are going to comply to these crazy ass laws. He's already passing some of them. Such as, it being a criminal act to speak against the 1948ers, man. Those so-called Jews, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful of what I say because they can take the video down. You see, you can't say anything against these devils, man. They're passing laws to where you can't even read the Bible in public no more. But don't think it a strange thing because the Lord warned us of these things, man. It's all to test our faith. Okay, when they make it mandatory for you to be in society, you have to have that RFID microchip. All right, that's a strange decree, man. But it's part of that fiery trial, man. All right. Everybody else gonna think it's a strange thing because they don't know what's going on, man. They don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures. All right, we know what's going on. Verse 13, we close with this. But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings. You see, because the Lord suffered, man, being down here in this wicked ass earth, being the son of the Most High, you know, having to deal with all this crazy shit going on down here, man. All right, we're going to partake in that too, man. You see, to some extent, not to the extent that he had to suffer. All right, he suffered the greatest, but we're going to also have a fiery trial, man. All right, now it says, but rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. All right, that straight gate leads to that broad path, man. Okay, the straight gate is the path of difficulty that we got to get in, that we have to go through to get into the kingdom of heaven. Okay, so this is part of what we got to, you know, endure, man. And no, it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be uncomfortable as hell, man. It's gonna be uncomfortable, but we know the end result, man. The Lord has an expected end for those who remain faithful. We're looking forward to salvation out of that fiery furnace, just like those 3 Hebrew boys, man. All right, Ananias, Azariah, and Mishael, man. Okay, or Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael, otherwise known as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay, so just a quick lesson, you know, I wanted to, you know, do this through the Spirit. Yeah, things are finna get crazy. They're finna get tight, man. They're finna get, you know, kind of strange, man, and hectic, to say the least. But we gotta remain steadfast in the faith to receive those crowns of life, man. So I'm gonna put it out, you know, as a PSA in the Spirit, man, to prepare yourself, man. Speaking to myself first and foremost. The Lord can deliver us out of any situation. We got to have that faith, man. Point blank, period. And he will deliver his elect. So I'm ending right there. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And Kwame Yasharala in the Bible Bar. Shalom.